Today we are going to design a shovel in Blender. We will use the basic tools of Blender to design the shovel. So first of all, I am going to delete all of this stuff and add the image. You just download that image and place it in the Blender. So now this picture is not placed on the top view. We want that on the top view. So I am going to press Alt G and R. So now if I press 7, it's on the top view. I'm going to rotate it and select the move tool and move it below. You may already know that what we have to do when we reference an image in Blender. So select this one. Here I'm going to activate the selectables, and for the opacity I'm going to type 0.5, and here I'm going to make it not selectable. Okay, now we cannot select this image. Press 7 to go to the top view. We are going to use the simple tool, the basic tools of Blender to design this shovel, but the main practice you will do for the topology, to how to manage a good topology and create this shovel. So shift A, and we are going to add a plane and press tab to go to the edit mode. Okay, now we are in the edit mode and press 1, so you are in the vertex selection mode. Here I am going to select this one, move tool. We will use mostly this move and the extrude and some modifier to design this shovel, but basic thing is its topology. So I am going to make it like that, scale by using the S, and select these two vertices, and here I am going to activate the toggle X-ray view and select these two vertices and move it like that at this point, and these two, select them and move it like that. And here I am going to add a loop here in the center, so Control R to add a loop and place it in its initial position, so it's in the middle. Okay, next I'm going to select this one and press shift, so you can also select this one and move it in the back side like that, or you can move these two a little bit in front. Okay, now we already added this loop here, and now add one here and one here. So control, not this one, control Z, control R to add one here at this place, and control R, left click, and then right click to place it in its initial position. Okay, now we are going to add a one loop here in the middle. So control R and add a loop at this place. Okay, now I'm going to select these two vertices by pressing the shift, and now move it forward like that. These one and these one, these are in a good place, no issue. Okay, now I'm going to select these vertices, this one by pressing the shift and move it here. We have a surface here, a circular surface, and it's taper. So these vertices we added for that, and this one I'm going to just move it like that to give a arc, a circular shape. Okay, now I'm going to like that. Now I'm going to select these vertices, or you can go in go into the edge selection mode and select all of these middle edges and control B to bevel them and bevel it 3 times like that. Okay, let me check. Okay, we are good. Press 1, so you are in the vertex selection mode, and here now at this point we are going to give it the shape like that. So I'm going to move it a little bit here, select this one and this one, and make sure you are in the median point, and S to scale, and scale in the X fraction like that. Or uh, before that, let me do one thing. So first, make sure you are in the 3D cursor and select all of these, and we are going to rotate it because this shovel, it has a spoonie shape, and select all of these, this portion and R and Y, and rotate it like that. And for the rotate angle I am going to type -15, and same thing for the other portion. select all of these, only this half, R and Y, and here I'm going to type 15. Okay, so you can see here, and now I'm going to select all of these, press 1, sorry 3, and move it in upward direction like that, and now select these two and move it a little bit below, select this one, so it's not flat basically, and then I'm going to select these vertices. So basically we are giving it a spoony shape and move it like that. Also this one, and move it little bit below, so you have this curve going here like that. Okay, now we have this shape. Press 7 to go to top view, and I'm going to select these two. Sorry, not this one, these two. So we have this symmetry, and select these two and move it like that. Select these two and these two and move it like that in the y direction. Toggle X-ray is on, so we can see the reference image. And here I'm going to add a loop here and another loop here. Okay, so now just give it the shape, select these two, S to scale in the X direction like that, and select these two and S and X like that, and select these two, S and X, and scale it inward, S and X, S and X. So we just follow this topology. And now for these two, select them, move it little bit below, and select this one and this one, and make it like that, and S and X, scale it in the extractions. Also select these two, S and X. So just we are going to following the topology S and X, so it's following this curvature. Okay, so it's looking good. Select these and move it like that, S and X like that, S and X, S and X. Okay, now I am going to select these two vertices, as you can see, and move it in the upward direction. So we have the global X-ray, this shape here, and I'm going to select these two, S and X, and move it like that, and this one, move it in the Z direction a little bit below, so we have this curvature going like a arc. Okay, and now I'm going to select this one, and this one, and Control B to bevel it like that. Like that, and for this point I'm going to select this one and this one and merge it at the last like that, and now select these two and G to move like that, and also these two and double G, move it like that with the same amount, try to keep the same amount. Now select these two, and we are going to scale it in the X direction, S and X. So as you can see, we are just mostly using the move tool, but here we are going to try to keep the good topology. And now I'm going to add a modifier, subdivision surface, so we can see this shape. I'm going to make it for two levels, and if I shade smooth it, you can see we achieve some shape of this shovel. And here also we have this circular shape. So I am going to get flat, and now we just work on it to, so these two, this one I am going to move it upward, this one and this one little bit Shift Z so we can select both like that. Okay, now we are going to work on this one. So first let me select this one and this one, and I'm going to extrude it in the Z direction. So E and Z, and extrude it like that, and just move it little bit in front. Okay, now select these, all of these, and press 1, sorry 3, and E to extrude it, and make sure you lock the Y direction like that, and check it with the reference image. So we have to basically go till this point like that, and we can also scale it in the extraction. X like that. Okay, now I am going to select this edge, and here we are going to add a loop. Control R and place this loop here, and now you are in the edge selection mode. Select this edge and then this edge, and press 1 and control 1 on your numpad, so you can see here, so you can see this one, and press E to extrude, and extrude in the Z direction, lock them like that. And here we are going to scale it inward, S and X, like that. Move it little bit up, and again E and extrude it in Z direction like that, and S and X to scale it and make it like that. Okay, now press 1 so you are on vertex selection mode. I am going to uncheck this toggle X-ray view, going to select all of these loops, and this shape we want it to convert it into a circular tool, so make sure the loop tool is added from the add-on. It is a free add-on, and like that, so we have this shape. And now if we check it with the subdivision surface, you can see we have the shape like that. So just move some points. So for this, these two, we are going to move it in that way, and this one, and this one, move it like that, and S and X to scale it in that way. Shade smooth, so we have the shape like that. And if you think everything is looking good, then it's okay, but if there is some artifacts, you can move these vertices to have a good topology. So for example, for this one, let me move it a little bit above, and in the extraction like that. Also this one a little bit above, and move it in the extraction like that. And now check it with the solidify modifier, and we can make it even thickness and before the subdivision surface 0.005. Control R to add a loop like that, and control R to add a loop here like that. Rest everything is looking good. Okay, so this part is completed. Now we are going to add the wooden part, and then this part. So for the wooden part, let me move the 3D cursor. So press Alt and click here. So it will select this complete loop. Shift Shift S and cursor to selected. Now it's move the cursor in the middle of this circular shape in the center. And here I'm going to add Shift A and we are going to add a circle. And for this circle, I'm going to make it like 18 is okay. Now rotate it in R and X 90. Press tab to go to the edit mode and make it smaller like that. And place it here like that. E to extrude it in the y direction. At this point, press A to select everything and S to scale. Make sure it's a little bit smaller than the than this hole. Now select all of these and go to face and grid fill it and select this one, these loops, and here E to extrude and scale it and F to fill it. Control R. We can also do that by using the cylinder. I just added the circle. Okay, no issue. In the blender, you can achieve the same result by doing different stuff. So here we can use the subdivision surface and shade smooth. Okay, so this part is complete. Next we have to do this the handle part. We can say that I am going to select this complete loop, this one. So we can move Shift A our cursor here. When we add the cylinder here, it will be in this position. So Shift A, and we are going to add a cylinder here. And for this cylinder, for the vertices, I am going to make it 8 like that and rotate it RX 90 and press tab and then scale it and make it smaller. Go to the top view by pressing the 7, and here we are going to just follow this shape and we are going to create this shape. So select all of these and move it here. Select all of these, and this must be a little bit bigger than this wooden part. Okay, we are good. Press 7, and here you can see we have this face. I'm going to join these two vertices, so select these two vertices and press J to join them. So we have a face here and press 7, and I am going to select this half of these vertices and press X to delete these vertices. Now we only have this half portion, and I am going to add a mirror modifier here and mirror it in the X direction. So we have this complete cylinder here. Next press 3 and select this face and press 7, and now see if we can extrude this like that. Press E to extrude it and make it at this place like that. And now just we are going to add some loops. Control R, place it here and move it like that. Toggle X-ray. Make sure you are in the vertex selection mode. So all of these vertices I am going to rotate it to give it a shape of this like that. Control R to add a loop here and move it like that and rotate it, scale it, move it. Next I am going to select this one, move it downward and select all of these, scale it, move it little bit down. I'm going to scale this one like that. Okay, it's good. So next we are going to work on this portion, to make this handle. So I'm going to scale it in the X direction like that. Control R, add a loop at this position. Control R, add a loop at this position. Control R and add a loop at this position. Now, for these loops, we are going to make it into a circular shape. So select, I'm going to select these two and scale it in X and Z direction, S and Z, like that. Then select these two, S and Z, like that. Then select these two and S and Z. And add another loop here, like that. Select these two vertices and S and Z, like that. So for this one, going to also select these and move it a little bit in the outside. Select these by pressing the shift. So like that. And for this one, on this area, we have to make it a circular shape. Here I'm going to add three loops like that. And now we are going to make this one a circular shape. And we can do it manual. We can also use the loop tool, but let me first try it. Let's see if we can convert all of these outer vertices into a circular form by using the slope tool and circle. So let's scale it and see. Yeah, it's working good. It did a good job. But again, we have to move some vertices. So select these vertices and these vertices, and we have to scale it in the Z direction, S and Z, like that, to make the top surface also a circle. And select these two vertices. So basically we want to keep a curvy shape. So that's why select these three and move it like that. Apply the subdivision surface and let's see the result. It's looking good to me. So the loop circular tool really did the good job. I was planning to do it manual, but it's did a good job. Okay. And I'm going to uncheck the subdivision surface and let's see the magic. I'm going to select these faces. Good. That. Press 7 to go to the top view, and here we can check it with this. Okay, and for these vertices, press 1 so you are in the vertex selection mode. Okay, and we can join these vertices. So I am going to select this one and merge at last. Also this one and this one, M, and merge at last. Also this one and this one, and M, and merge at last. and we are good. The topology is also good. Now I'm going to select these one, the three, G to move and move it like that. Also select these three and double G to move it like that. And these vertices, these three vertices, by pressing the shift, move it like that. And also this vertices and this vertice double G to move it like that. And now check it with the subdivision surface, and here we have the good result, I think so. So this one and this one, S and Z, to scale it a little bit inward, these two, S and Z, like that. So we are basically moving these vertices, so we have a good result. Now check it with the subdivision surface and shade smooth, and you can see we achieve a good result. We can also move these vertices a little bit above, so it does not have this much of gap. And another thing, I'm going to select these vertices and let's see what happens if we move it G a little bit like that, and also this one and this one and this one, double G like that. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, we have a face here in the inside. Let's see if we can remove this face. So you can see we have a face here in the middle. So we just have to select it S and S to delete the faces. Now if you see it, it's looking good at this position. Okay, so we just created this design. This one, this is looking smaller. Okay, now we can just assign the material. So for this one, simple material, I am going to add the black color. For this one, I am also going to add the black color. And for this one, I am going to add a brown color. So this is our shovel. We made it with using the simple basic tools of a blender, like the move tool, the control R is used to add the loops, the extrude tool, rotate tool, and some modifier, and we achieve this shovel. So basic thing in the blender is, if you are learning it, I'm going to tell you one good practice is to also learn about the topology of the stuff, the objects. So you must achieve a good result. The other tools are simple, like the definition, the move tool, the merge tool, the uh, some modifiers. So these are the simple tools, but the basic thing is how you make the topology, how you use the vertices, where you keep the vertices, where you keep the edge, which will define the shape of the object. The rest, the edit tools, these are simple stuff. So you watch a lot of tutorials. You may know about these things, but for a beginner, the basic thing is that they just watch the tutorial, but they don't focus on the topology. So if you keep focus on the topology of the object, then you can learn Blender very easily in few days, and then just don't like keep watching the tutorial, also try to practice it. Like if you watch this tutorial complete and you are just listening me, no just you design it, you follow each step and you just design this shovel. No just go to the Google, type the shovel reference image and select another type of the shovel and try to do it by yourself. That's the way you can improve it, because if you are sitting here and you are doing the steps as someone is telling you, then you will not become good at the topology and where to keep the vertices, how to keep the vertices. You will not understand these things, so you have to practice this your own. Thank you so much. Please, if you like this tutorial, please subscribe my channel.